This blue light filter on my glasses is going to be the death of me. Hey, what's up guys? I am here to talk to you about Science and Sport gels. So my experience with gels is probably pretty similar to other amateur runners, much like myself. My mom and I both signed up for a 15K, by the way, with no running experience at all whatsoever. Didn't even realize how far 15K was. But her friend was next to us and he had some gels and he was like, "What's your strategy?" And we were like, "Oh, we're just gonna fuel on the run, I guess." And he was like, no, you guys are crazy. Here, take these. And he handed us these mysteriously weird pouches that had magical gels in them. I remember not knowing what to do with those gels. In fact, I don't think I even used them at all. I do remember my mom used her gels and she said that it was almost like consuming snot. And I kind of remember that being my introduction to gels. When I first started running, I really didn't know how to fuel on the go. I really didn't know what kind of strategies to use to hydrate and to bring in nutrients that I needed. And even, I'll admit now, as a more novice runner, I still don't really understand it fully. So I think it goes without saying, before we go too crazy into this video, I do want to highlight that everybody is different. My experience is different than your experience. My hydration and fueling needs on a run are probably a lot different from yours. And the best piece of advice would be to try as many different things as possible in the beginning to see what works for you. Now, what I can tell you works for me and what has generally worked for a lot of people that I know are the Science in Sport gels. Now, before we go any further, I do want to stop and insert this small disclaimer. I did receive the Science and Sport gels to test and review as part of being a BibRave creator or BibRave ambassador. You can find more about being a BibRave ambassador by visiting bibrave.com. Anyway, back to the video about the gels. So when it comes to sport gels, I have 4 basic criteria that I'd like to see. And those 4 things are the packaging, ease of use. How easy is it going to be to access these gels while I'm on the run? Is it something that I'm going to have to stop for and rummage through my pack to try to find a small little pouch, or is it readily available, something I can grab quick and go? Number 2, the product itself. Is it easy to consume, or is it hard to digest while on the go? Third thing on my list, product taste. Obviously, it's got to taste good if I'm going to continue to use it. There's no sense in buying a gel or anything like that that's not going to taste good. You're not going to want to make it part of your routine. So taste is highly important. And the fourth and final thing, obviously, the cost. If something is too expensive for you, it doesn't make economical sense for you to keep buying a product over and over and over if it's not getting you the benefits that you need. So let's talk about ease of use when it comes to the package. Science and Sport has the design nailed down. The elongated design of the Science and Sport gels allow for quick use while on the go. If you have them stored in your hydro vest or in a waistband, they're easily accessible. You can get to them right away, tear them open, and you're good to go. The other thing is the packaging itself, the tear-off, the perforations. The tear-off portion has little ridges on it, so it makes it easier to grip, especially if you're running and your hands are sweaty. Some of the other gels come in smooth plastic packaging that doesn't offer any grip to sort of tear the package open. So the Science and Sport gels have a lot better package design when it comes to ease of opening too while you're on the go. Product consumption, ease of use. Before you actually put any of these gels to the test, think about the environment that you're going to be using them in. Are you going to be running on a hot day? Are you going to want something that's thick and like peanut buttery in your mouth, almost like tar? Or do you want something that's liquid, easy to consume, easy to go down, and something that you're not going to be choking on and tasting 10, 20 minutes later? Science and Sport gels have a liquid-like consistency that makes them easy to use and easy to consume while on the go. The third item that I wanted to cover is flavor. Do they even taste good? A lot of the gels that are out there on the market are sugary sweet. They come in a variety of flavors like chocolate or birthday cake or all kinds of funky flavors. And if you're into that sort of stuff, that's great. But what I like most about the Science and Sport gels is that while I do appreciate sweet gels, I like the consistency and I like the flavor of the Science and Sport gels. My favorite gel flavor to date is the salted strawberry. It has that strawberry fruit sweetness with a hint of saltiness that when you're running, you're actually craving those electrolytes and craving that sort of sodium intake. So the salted strawberry is typically my go-to. And again, with the electrolyte gels, these they recommend you take with water. And it's just an overall nice general use kind of a gel. So while the salted strawberry makes for just a really good general use gel, I do recommend the, well, tropical flavor. But I do recommend the isotonic gels. These gels don't require any water. So if you're out on the run and you're only carrying a small amount of water, it's good to kind of supplement that by having the isotonic gels that don't require you to consume them with water when you're on the go. And it allows you to kind of pack a little bit more efficiently. The third type of gel is the gel that comes with a little shot of caffeine. This is great to use before a race to kind of get you ready. It's also great to use towards the end of the race when you're starting to fade and losing energy. The only restriction that they have is that you don't consume more than 5 of these in a day. That'd be pretty intense activity. I have used the caffeine gel on a longer 10-mile run that I did. Around the 8-mile marker, I was starting to feel a little bit more fatigued, and I decided just to give the old caffeine gels a try to see if there was a noticeable boost. I did feel like I had sustained energy, and I didn't feel like I was still dragging as much as I was had I not used the gel. For $12, you can buy a 7 variety pack or a 7-pack variety. That comes around to $1.70 per gel. Now, when you think about it in that kind of cost, while they're a little bit more pricier than some of the smaller pouches, you have to think about what you're getting in return and how often you're going to use it. It's not something that I use all the time. It's mostly something I reserve for long runs, which is 2 to 3 times a week. So in 1 week, I may use 2 to 3 gels. So in the long run, it's really not too much of a price hike. So that about covers it on the gels. Like I said, there are the 3 different varieties, the type that come with caffeine for that extra boost, the isotonic gels if you're looking to pack lightly and not have to carry a lot of water, and then there's like the general everyday use electrolyte gels that recommend that you do consume a little bit of water with them. And there you have it. That's pretty much the 3 different type of gels that Science and Sport has. And if you go to the website right now and use this discount code, you can save 20% on your order. I'm going to keep my hands like this. And we're going to put the code right here. Well, that's it. It's about time for me to go for a run anyway, so I will catch you guys on the next one.